Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the first live stream on the Jungle YouTube channel. In this channel, we'll be trading S&P 500 every day. We'll be starting with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And soon enough, we'll be trading Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. All the trades will be placed live. For this month's challenge, what we're doing is we're basically doing an FTMO 50K account challenge. And today is day one. Let's start analyzing charts. PMI data is also expected today. Data expected today. Yeah, it's in 18 minutes. PM, the producer price index would be out. Consensus is 9%. 1.9%. We'll just add that here. Food and energy. All right. "17 minutes here before the PMI comes out. Let's start analyzing the charts. I'm gonna go to daily time frame. It's pretty evident that we're in a bullish trend. Like we're moving up, right? Follow a very simple trading approach. We'll just be trading levels, which is basically your supports and resistances. Let's try and get this. 1 second. Let's try and log in here. Oh, it's right there. All right. I'm just gonna fix the layout here real quick. And present, share screen, and here we go. Basically, we'll just be analyzing the chart here. Let's draw some lines. First, indicate the levels that are in play on the daily chart. We know this is going to be a big level, 4691. Pretty close to 4700 round number, but I think it's probably more so a zone. Let's draw this out. Let's make sure it's only visible on daily. Line we can get rid of. Okay, let's do it like this. Euro USD, Abhishek Chaudhary. We can have a look. So just looking at this chart, long term, we are in a bearish trend. If you just look at it, we're moving down. Let's get a close look. This is a weekly chart. On the daily, it has been grinding up, but just remember there is a long-term channel that's moving down. But let's study this trend here. I'm gonna come down to just this here. What's going on here is, let me just mark it up for you. I'm just gonna mark it as veterans, or maybe ABCD would do. Okay. So we had this bullish leg basically, right? Now with the PMI coming in 12 minutes, where do we stand with this? I think if you were to trade this chart, this does look bearish, given that the bullish leg is complete. We're just pulling back. If we break the low here at 1.0740, then there is a very good chance it would continue to go down. But trades for today, let's get down to hourly chart and mark this up here. Basically, I have this area here where I would be extremely bullish. If we can close above this trend line, this actual horizontal line, you can take some bullish trades to keep it very simple. And if we break below anywhere around here, which is 1.09042, oh, you're thinking after news. Yeah, that's what I'm basically analyzing on the hourly, because I think PMI is going to have a big impact. We'll see a big impulse news buy or sell. So really, I would want to see where this current candle closes. See, we've had a bunch of bullish. A safe trade would be, well, this is not recommended, but a gamble if you're trying to do. If I were to trade this news on Euro USD, the way I would do it is look at this 30-minute candle. There's still 10 minutes to close. The low was already established on the 30 minutes candle. So what you could do is you could take long position on this once it closes. And of course, because the news is going to come out, so it's going to go pretty crazy. But let's say you take an entry around here. You can really fix your stop loss to the bottom of this candle, and your take profit on this could be to the above of just this range here. This will get you a nice 3.44 risk reward. For the entry, there's two ways to do it. One is you do a buy stop order. So basically you could place two orders, buy stop, sell stop. If the market breaks the low, then you could have your target set up to the downside. If the market breaks the high of this 30 minutes candle, then you can have the target set to the upside. I hope that makes sense, Abhishek. So the way it would look like is, let's say if you were to take the short position, it'll be a sell stop order, meaning the order only gets activated once the market breaks the low of this 30-minute candle. Okay, and the way it's setting up, it's looking pretty good in terms of price reversing. But again, because we have the news event in 9 minutes, anything could happen, right? So basically with buy stop and sell stop orders, and of course you got to wait for this candle to close. If it's going to close towards the high, I would wait for a little bit of pullback before you put that buy stop price. But yeah, let's see how it's gonna do. I'm gonna get back to S&P 500. Let's get to this one because I'll be trading S&P 500 after the news and see if there's any opportunity on this guy here. We'll just mark up some levels as I was mentioning. So on this right here is a very strong level, which should be your 47.57 on the daily close and 47.34. Let's mark that up on the hourly. This level here. Okay. Hopefully you can see it on a 30-minute too and clean up. Let's just draw it on a 30-minute. It's going to be much more clean, and we'll be trading off 30-minute charts anyways. It just provides confirmation faster than the hourly chart. I think this is a good area. If we come back here, there is a good chance we could actually test this low here. Can make it a little bit bigger. And if we were to draw a line, it would just look like this. And on the top side, I'm also gonna just open the FTMO account. We're about 6 minutes before the PMI data. So this is where we are with our FTMO account. Basically, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's try and share the screen. So with the FTMO account, as I mentioned, we're doing a $50,000 challenge. I tried to stream on Wednesday, but due to some technical issues, I think because it's a new account, so it wouldn't let me. I gotta wait 24 hours before I could stream it. But here we are. So I did trade on Wednesday, Thursday, and we're basically just up to 3.15%. So the profit target's 10%, and we're on 3 trading days. January 9th was a losing day. 10th was, I think I didn't see any opportunities, so there were basically just one trade placed. And yesterday there was actually so many opportunities. So we did secure some profits. Hopefully we can see some opportunities today and really close down on this. I think what I'll do is maybe I'll just share the whole tab instead of a screen. Okay, let's do that. Present, share screen, entire screen here. Okay. I think we're good. On the upside, I think this level here where we retested before falling down is probably going to be the level I'll be watching. Let's draw that level out here. Okay. All right, let's fix this. Okay, that looks better. All right, 2 minutes to PMI. Keeping an eye on this here. Really, what we're expecting is the expected is 1.9 for producer price index. The year over year, as compared to December over December, last year is 1.3 expected. Previous came in with 0.9. And month over month is expected to be 0.1. So yeah, we'll see. This is food and energy again. That's year over year. This is month over month. Let's keep an eye. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is share. Might just put the actual. Okay, let me do this. It's still a minute. All right, let's get this event done first. Let's see what the numbers were. Oh, came in lower. 1.8% as compared to 1.9, 1% as compared to 1.3%, and it was negative 0.1% month over month, December PPI. These are not very good number for DXY, but for stock market, these might actually be good. Let's look at what the, see the US dollar index is falling. Gold's going up, and I would think SPX would push up. Bitcoin, Ethereum, not much of a move. The market's still trying to process the data. Pretty close. I would think food and energy, we got 1.8 as compared to 1.9. So about 0.45 negative deviation, 1%. Wow, good. Let's see what we do here. On SPX, I don't want to take any trades unless we're above 4,800. There was a potential probably trade here, but let's just wait for candles to close before we can actually trade any of these. Yeah, that is 7 points. Okay. 4775. No. Let's see what Euro USD did for our friend Abhishek here. Yeah, buy stops to buy above should have worked. They always work. Take some profits. Take some profits. Nothing crazy. It was just an 18 pip move. Might be some continuation coming here. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let the price settle. We don't need to be millionaires in one day. We're just gonna wait. I'm just gonna try and do this here. Yeah, it is pushing up. I just don't want to trade it in this zone. At least we gotta see a push above 47.86 in order for us to do anything. Let's just sit tight and see what market does. Because even yesterday, the CPI data wasn't that great. And it was mostly sell the news, and then it was basically bought back into the intraday. So let's have some patience here. We're just trying to get one nice trade, and that should be it for the day. So let's sit tight. Ethereum's looking very good. It's been pushing up almost every day. $47.82. Let's see. Let's see how we close here. Oh wow, it's coming up to our resistance here. I'll just draw a zone. There's actually a few ways to doing this. I'm just going to draw the safer one. It's going to provide a better leeway. These scam codes nowadays. Okay. Looking good. SPX, I would want to trade it to the upside. So we'll just wait here and see if there is an opportunity. This could have been a trade, but it's just such a nice, like, it's not that great of an area. See how it's been up and down all over the place. So, and it's only a 10-point move. Maybe the risk on this would have been if you took an entry at the break. Yeah, about a 9 points. That's 1-2-1. I do think we'll get some opportunities to get back in here. because see how it changes the daily. It's almost a so we did a pullback on a big uptrend, right? You get an inside bar followed by a bullish bar, and the market tried to sell it off. Well, we closed as a bullish pin bar, and a follow through. Almost hit the 4,800 range. Yesterday after the CPI, we got a pushback, tested again the lows, which is almost this zone here where our pin bar got bought in. I was pretty certain that it was going to happen here. And we pushed right back up. And this is actually, even though it's a red candle, it's a pin bar. It's actually a bullish pin bar. Now, looking the way this looks like, I think what's going to happen is we'll try and push above the high of the day and fill in that wick that we have here. Probably a continuation up. It is Friday though, so I'll be careful because we have options expiration today. So just be careful. So we'll keep an eye. Let's see how this 30-minute closes and if there is any opportunities. But it's unlikely to take a trade on this candle. As you can see, just the stop loss is pretty heavy, 13. I don't like to risk anything more than 10 points, and our lot's going to be at least 100 units of SPY. So it'll be on a high margin trade. We'll be risking $1,000 to make anywhere from 500,000 to 2,500 based on how the trade plays out. The risk management we're going to keep really tight, so I'm going to make sure it's we're not risking more than we need to. Let's see. What I'm thinking right now, the way it's playing out in my head, is maybe we take a long position. Something like this. Be very tight, 6 points to 10. Okay, it's not bad. A 1 to 2 risk reward. Might not hold it till the end, but there we go. Let's wait for it to close and then we'll figure out what we're doing here. There's still 19 minutes for this one to close. Pulling back a little bit, but let's keep an eye. Now let's go through some of the trades by the time we wait. I think fairly nice day yesterday. Yeah, I bought this 150 lot when the market flipped. So that one was nice. Wasn't too long. As I mentioned, I usually don't stay in the trades. It's usually very quick. You'll see most of these trades are like under half hour for the most part. This here, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 14 minutes, 18 minutes. We're just scalping a quick move. Even though the zone is really tight, but I think it'd be unlikely if the market breaks above this here, our resistance, to come it back here. Not that it would, but once it forms the candle formations we are looking for and we trust it, we'll be executing this trade. And remember, there's going to be volume coming in at 9:30. With this move, it almost felt like there was no news. Literally, I think because it was almost break even, there wasn't a significant up or down as compared to the anticipated PPI. Yeah, fairly close. Like some of it was better than year over year, from 0.8 to 1, but worse than consensus. This one was worse year over year as well, 2% to 1.8. Yeah. Okay, let's keep an eye on this here. Don't want to miss the move. And if we were to trade this downside, I think this is a very clear range here. From here to here, we're at 23 points. So look for wick fill below this. So the trade would look something like this. If we take a short position, so we'll take sells on here with stop loss, just based on how the candles form. And the target price would just be before that low there. What's going on here? Just another 15 minutes. Let's see how the 15-minute close here. We'll break it down in a few minutes here. We should see an opportunity fairly soon. I mostly trade S&P 500, just the index fund really. Let's see how this does. 46, okay. So our 15-minute close is actually looking nice. What we would expect is this candle to create a bottom wick and then keeps pushing up. That'd be amazing if we can push above this level. But even the market's going to open in half hour. Let's keep an eye on it. If you want me to review any charts or look at anything, just comment. Be more than happy. Go back to the 30 minutes, see how this one closes. As I mentioned, it's going to create a bottom wick here. So let's see if that's what it does. Let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, we're just waiting for the 30-minute to close, and then hopefully we can look at an opportunity. It's pushing back here. I think it'll create the bottom wick before it continues to push up. So this is on S&P 500 index. If you want me to look at any other chart, put it in the comment. I'll be more than happy to do the analysis. But what we are waiting for is for the 30-minute to close. If we can close above this zone here, 47.88 level, we'll be taking a long trade with the stop loss just on the next candle, whatever the below wick is formed. So our stop losses was there, and then we'll continuation up to the 4,800 level, which is a pretty fair trade. It's 1 to 2 risk reward. And then if we sell out at open, we still have about 40 minutes before the market opens. Then we're going to take a short trade. For the wick fill, we're going to let the wick fill, have the stop losses above it, and sell it to this level here, just before it, so that we're out before it does. So it's about 1.65. As I mentioned, we're trying to get the FTMO challenge done. This is where we are. Okay, let me figure out how do I share this link. Okay. Let's see what the 15-minute did. So see, the 15-minute did exactly what we said. As I mentioned, it's going to create the bottom wick, which it did, and it's going to continue to push up. That would be the ideal scenario for the long trade. But if the market volume comes in and if we continue to push down, we're going to take a short trade just after it breaks the low here. So just waiting here, waiting for the candles to close and give us a setup. And this is where we are on our FTMO account. As I mentioned, we're doing a $50,000 account challenge. Currently, we're sitting at about $1,600 profit, 15.79, 3%. So another 6.9 or another 7% to go before we pass this challenge. And as I mentioned, we'll be doing this live. All the trades would be placed live on my YouTube channel. And yeah, join us every day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 7:30 to 9:30. I'll probably be staying a little bit after 9:30 just to see how the setups play out. But see, this bar is actually doing exactly what I thought. This would actually be a good place, but I don't want to place trades based on 15-minute confirmation. So we'll wait for the 30-minute to close, and most likely our trade entry would be around that 9:15, 9:30 area. Just want to see how this one closes first. But this is actually a pretty good setup, but we'll wait for the closing here before we do anything. Okay. Waiting game. And as I mentioned, the PMI came out. It did come lower than expected. Year over year on food and energy, accepted December 1.8%. Consensus was 1.9. Month over month, it was 1.3% was the consensus. It came at 1%. So this should actually be bad for U.S. economy, meaning the dollar would get weaker, and I think the stock market and gold would get stronger because of this. Let's have a look. See, the gold just bombarded as expected. You would see DXY to fall, which it did. Sometimes these news market takes it with a mixed emotion. With SPX, there wasn't a big of a move, like much of a move at all. So we'll just wait and see if we can get some confirmations here and hopefully take our one trade. So the goal is going to be we'll take 1 to 2 trades max every day, and hopefully we pass this challenge in the next week or so. I anticipate it to be passed next week, and we can probably get on the leaderboard after that. Let's see. If we go to the FTMO, that could be the next challenge, is get on their leaderboard once we pass the verification. Let's look at their leaderboard. I think we're on a 50K account. The 50K account, the maximum profit is about $21,000. So 43% gain. Actually very impressive. The second one is 17. So we'll try and get on the top 3 once we finish the actual challenge. Just to give you a little background, I've been trading for 10 years. I had a YouTube channel with over 5,000 subscribers that got deleted 4 years ago. Now I'm just starting back out, grinding, because I trade every morning. Now I'm just going to stream it and live trade with everyone who needs help. Again, if you have any questions, you can post it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to look at the charts and evaluate. Just waiting here now. I think the volume would come in around 9:30, so it's just a wait game. Let's see what we do here. There we go. Pushing up for the wick fill here. And then let's see. I just want to see how it acts when it gets to this level here. Or if it does get to that level. Really the waiting game. So about 3 minutes for this 15-minute to close, and they'll give us a 30-minute closure, which we're looking for. It'll be actually a very strong confirmation if it does close like that, and we'll see what the market does. Exciting times. Trading is mostly patience. Gotta wait before you fire that bullet. Patience, just like snipers. I like how FTMO made the end unlimited. It was actually very good. Where there is no pressure to get the challenge done in a certain number of days. I know before they used to have 30 days. So unlimited is very good. Some volume coming in. I think it's just trying to push up here. Let's see where it closes. It is Friday. Remember that. Options expiring, futures contract expiring. It's usually the most manipulated day of the week. So just be careful. As I mentioned, you don't want to be in trades for too long. You want to be in and out, just the way we do it. As you can see, most of my trades like under 20 minutes, in and out. So that's what we're gonna do. Just wait patiently. Once we see it's our turn. Just pushing up. Lovely. Just wait. I want to see a 30-minute closure and then a continuation on the next 30-minute candle. They'll also push us into market open, so we'll have a much better idea of if there is an opportunity to take the trade in this scenario. Just gotta wait patiently. If there's any charts you want me to look at, I'll be more than happy to do the analysis. You can just post it in the comments. That's 34 seconds before it closes. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it did close bullish, the 15-minute. I don't like how this one's pushing up though. No wick. Should come down first. Okay, there we go. That looks much better. Should come down, create the bottom wick, and that could potentially be our stop loss. But let's see. There is no rush. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna post this on Instagram here. So again, what we're waiting for is for the price to get above this level here, the zone I have built. I'm going to take a long trade once it fills this wick with stop losses under, and target prices just around 4,800 level. Okay. All right, let's see what we do. Let's look at what everything else is doing. Bitcoin pushing down. Ethereum is actually very strong. It's been very strong from past. I thought it would hold this zone, but since the Bitcoin ETF got approved, now everyone's expecting Ethereum ETF to get approved in US. So just on that news, I think a lot of money moved from Bitcoin to Ethereum, where the Bitcoin Ethereum is already approved, and they're hoping to buy into Ethereum until that news comes out and then sell it. So basically broke out of this 2380 level, just a 2400 range in general, that it wasn't able to do so. So Ethereum actually has way to run to 3000 from here. Should be interesting. That's our S&P 500. Let's see what DXY is doing. So the dollar index is sell. Yeah, after the PMI numbers that weren't that great, it's selling down. Gold, meanwhile, pushed up. I think I mentioned this live. That's what was going to happen as soon as the numbers came out. While it's pushing down, let's see what it looks like on the daily. Daily was, this area is pretty tough. 75. Oil's almost getting flat here. Not a lot of movement. It's just a range. 65 to 80. That's the range for oil. Solana, meanwhile, what a move. What a move. Apple's almost a break even in pre-market. Nasdaq pushing up. Wow, we're almost testing the high of the day, which was this far, 16,836. I think that's what it is. This is looking very bullish. I think it's just gonna push up, fill that wick. Looking at Nasdaq. Let's get back to our S&P 500, back to our chart. See, it's doing exactly what we thought. It's going to continue to push up, but right now we don't want to place any trades and get stuck before the market opens. There's only 25 minutes left before the market opens. So let's sit through this and see what this candle does. Unless it just gets above the level as I mentioned, then we'll do a buy trade. Let's see. Okay. It is pushing up. Old me would have taken this trade right now, but no. Maybe 5 years ago I would have, but not anymore. I think what really matters is you're taking quality trades instead of quantity. We don't need to be right 100% of the times, so why try and rush the process? Let's just wait until the opportunity is like great enough for you to execute. That's what we're gonna do now. Let's just wait. I'm just gonna get comfortable here. But the setup's looking very good. Push back. I think once the market opens at 9:30, it's gonna test the low off the 30-minute candle. So this low is gonna get tested most likely, unless it just buy right out of the gate, which is unlikely. Usually they would try and get the money out of the weekends. That's what's expected. Let's see. Again, just a reminder, you can post it in comments, your question. Maybe I'll put a banner for this. Session expired. Did have a little bit of drawdown. As I mentioned, first day was a losing day, but we've been holding pretty good. Yeah, no major events here. I like to just see US for the most part here. So yeah, let's focus here. Hopefully we can continue to push up. If it does create a U here and starts to test before it goes, that would actually be nicer, and we maybe even to execute a trade like this. But right now I just want to wait for markets to open. Basically the New York Stock Exchange to open. That'll be at 9:30. So we'll get a big push of volume. 20 minutes. I'm just going through the leaderboard here at FTMO. I think once we do the account passing challenge and verification, the next challenge will be basically to get on the leaderboard. It's actually very impressive, 17% in 12 days. Very impressive. Let's see. Still 5 minutes for this candle to close. The reason we're not trading 15 minutes is because we want a stronger confirmation. We don't want to be trading weaker confirmation whatsoever. I think 30 minutes is like the sweet spot between 15 and 1 hour, because 1 hour candles just take so long to build. And of course, they're much stronger confirmation. But 30-minute, you could actually predict the confirmation that may come on the hourly, and you can execute that trade ahead of time. Okay, so for example, the candle for this one closed at 9, the previous candle. So the 1 hour would look like basically opened right around here and pushed all the way up here. It's gonna be one big candle. Typically, if the hourly is like this, like bullish like this, there should be some continuation given the volume is gonna come in. So that's what we're expecting. But I would want to see that on the 30-minute, just market confirming it. So it'll be very interesting because the 30-minute would close right before the market opens, and we can use it as a reference as low and high of the 30-minute as levels, and try and see if market respects those levels or breaks them. Hopefully we see an opportunity. So yeah, there's two cases here. One is to sell below 47.59, which does seem unlikely right now. The most likely scenario that's going to play out is we're going to break above 47.86, this zone here, and then we'll take a long trade up to 4800. So I was just checking what's up for next week, given we have some time before the candles close. Let's filter it through just US. Just trying to see what news events. I think it's great to plan it. I'll probably so the big one's the retail sales that's coming out on Wednesday. Just know sometimes what happens is if there is a big news event like that Cheer speaking, typically a couple of days before that, there's not a lot of movement. Or if there is a movement, even though the charts might look very bullish, it kind of corrects and just does a sideway movement. So it might be a 50-point range where the market goes up, comes back down, goes up, comes back down. And you could see that this was the case in CPI as well yesterday. If you look at the 4 hour, right? Literally from this day to this day here, all market did was go up and down, right? And today we had the PMI, not that great numbers, but they weren't as bad. It was pretty flat, so it's not bad at all. Let's see what we do here. This kind of closes in 2 minutes, the 15-minute. Will actually be a good indication if it closes bearish. Let's see how it closes, to be honest. It did hit 4785.85. Not that great. There we go. I wouldn't mind it closing as a pin bar either. Then we could possibly see a wick fill with the next 15 minutes. So just patience game right now. Let's wait. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're watching. Every one of you matters. So 2 more minutes for this one to close. Let's see where we're at. 1 minute. Just gonna quickly take. Sorry about that. There we go. Pushing up. Just another note, something to remember. The candles typically, or there is always more volatility towards the close and towards the open of the candle. So when the candle opens, typically in the last, I would say 30 seconds or 1 minute, if it's a longer hour candle, like a 1 hour candle, the most volatility is usually towards the end of the candle closure. So as you can see, this one just pushed up the 15 minute. It's probably looking so nice on the 30 for a trade. And as I mentioned, the old me would have just done a buy here, but you gotta wait. How we want to see how this reacts with the level. And we have 15 minutes before the market opens, and there's going to be volume coming in. If it reacts the way we want it to, meaning it continues up, pushes up, and we see a close above, then we'll buy into the next candle, which is the market open, which will work out perfect. So let's wait for that. Oh yeah, we're also looking at what the next week holds. So we have the retail sales on Wednesday. Data will be coming out 8:30. The consensus is 0.3% month over month. Is there anything else? Consumer sentiment index is coming out as well on Fridays. Okay, those are two major. Apart from that, you got your manufacturing survey. Oh, jobless claims. This one's a big one. Thursday. With housing and building permits. Okay. So Monday there is not much. Tuesday there's not much. So Monday might even be off, I think, in US. Oh, we're pushing up here. Let's look at this reaction with the level. It's good to see wicks for all these candles at the bottom. If there is no wick at the bottom, typically what it means is the bottom has not been tested. So market could just continue to push up, but it'll have to come back and test it. Sometimes you'll see candles without bottom wick, which is very normal. But ideally, for us to execute a trade, we want to see the bottom level is tested on that open. Meaning, if the market closed here on this candle, so this candle closed, for example, the high is 4785.76, right? And if the next candle opens exactly at that spot and continues to move up without testing the low level anywhere, meaning not having the bottom wick, that's usually a no-no for trade entry. But we're looking at 30-minute confirmation. These candles look great, so we have wicks at the bottom. Typically, you could see with a lot of news events where you would see a move like this. or like market opens, when there's just a lot of bullish news, a lot of bullish momentum, and there's no bottom, and it just continues to push it up. We're testing that zone now. Let's have a look. I'm gonna leave this at 30 minutes, given we have 11 minutes or 12 minutes before market open. Should be good. Let me know if you have any questions or you want me to analyze any charts for you in comments. There we go, coming up. If you joined me here, please subscribe to the channel. Pushing up here. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like. All right, we're just cruising to that level. It's good to be checking between time frames. It'll give you perspective in terms of where we're at. As you can see, the 4-hour, which I'd completely missed, closed as a bullish pin bar, and we've actually broken above it. Typically, traders who are trading longer time frames would have taken a long trade here with stop losses here. I know it's big, but for them, their lot size is usually smaller. And then this could be a continuation up to whatever level, right? That they might be watching for long term. Typically, you can find that with Fibonacci extensions. But with this here, given we'll only be trading for a couple of hours every day, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're going to try and execute open and close trades within that hour. As I mentioned, I'll just go through this one more time. So the stop loss is about 25 points for them, which is not a lot. It could actually be a very safe trade. Okay, let's get back to our 30-minute. It looks like we're just cruising through that level. Interesting. It's looking very nice. Could do another one here. All right, we're pushing above it. Given the candle is still forming, we do not take trades, okay? I know we predicted this move way before it happened. Since 47.80, we've seen 10 points go up. We're patiently waiting it. The whole deal is we got to manage risk. If we were to execute this trade half an hour ago, there wasn't a right place for us to put our stop loss. We want to make sure at least our risk is covered so you don't lose much in this trade, okay? Now, ideally, what we want to see is a close above this level, meaning if it pushes back and closes below it. So that's another reason why you don't want to execute it. We have another 8 minutes and market open to go. But what it really looks like, I think what's going to happen is once we see this wick fill again, our stop losses would probably be here now. And then targets will change as it goes. I don't mind even one-to-one trades, to be honest, for scalping. That's what we're doing here, because we're actively watching the trade and we're not gonna just waste any risk that we don't need to. It's a 9-point move. But if it just busts through it and continues up, we'll still have opportunities. Let's just wait. I think it's still better to sit tight. And just going back to our FTMO, so we're doing a $50,000 FTMO challenge. Today is day 1. As I mentioned, I tried to do the stream on Wednesday, didn't work. So we're back today. I'm only done trade on Wednesday and yesterday. We're currently sitting at 3% profit this week. So basically 2 days. Today's the 3rd day. The goal is 10%. There is no time limit on this challenge. It's unlimited, but I do anticipate it to be done next week. And then we'll do the verification, followed by we'll do the leaderboard, meaning we'll try and get on the top 3 on FTMO and 50K account. Currently in 12 days, number 1 is at 43% return, and number 2 and 3 are actually tied at 17%. So that's the goal, and we'll be trading live on YouTube channel every day. All the trades will be placed live. all the analysis would be live. And also, if you'd like me to review any charts, and for the most part, we'll be trading S&P 500, unless there is any significant opportunity or anything else. But 99% of the time, we'll only be trading SPX because it's very liquid. There's a lot of volume, easy to trade because of all those reasons. All right, let's see where this closes. 6 minutes. I'm just gonna get ready to execute here if you get a chance. Just waiting here. Let me just check if anyone had any comments. No comments yet. Let's see what a Euro USD did for, I think Abhishek Chaudhary asked the question this morning. And we recommended him how to play the PMI. We basically told him buys above this level. So we said a buy stop order above the 30-minute close and sell stop above below the 30-minute close. And yeah, hopefully, Abhishek, you executed this trade and you should be in green right now. This bar is actually looking very good, very promising. Again, the 4-hour confirmation confirms it, but I just want to make sure to get the right risk reward, given how close we are to open, 6 minutes. Let's see if we can get an opportunity. As I mentioned, I'll just get ready here. Continuing to push up 5 minutes before open, guys. So right now I'm just getting the order ready here. This might be a really quick trade, so be careful. Usually I do 100 units, but that's what I'm going to do for this trade as well. So I'm just opening up charts here on my phone. Let's get rid of the banner. Okay. It is pushing up before open. All we want is now, given that market's continuing to push up, we just wanted to test the bottom, okay? I wanted to do something like this. So we've had this move. We'll try and get in at C point here, okay? And ideally, we'd want to retest off our level, which it had no hesitation breaking through. It was not a significant level. This top level is much more significant. That's why our trade, when we set up the risk reward, we're going to sell on there, because we broke through that level so easily here. And then this time again, we broke through that level. This is a follow through. So this was buying, coming back intraday SPY. There is not enough volume usually to break through levels like that. But now at 9:30, we're going to have a lot of volume. So what I'm doing with my order is I have 100 units of, I don't know if you guys can see it. This is on MT5 FTMO account live. As I execute this trade, we'll of course see it here as soon as it's executed. So I'm just getting ready for the buy order. The stop loss is not set yet. Neither is take profit. We're just going to wait for this 30-minute to close, because once the market opens, it's going to be very fast, okay? So it's going to be boom, boom, boom. Be ready. But this last hour, what we have confirmed is the actual narrative is buy. We just want the market open to confirm that for us, okay? Right now, the stop losses are pretty far down, but we want to make sure once the market opens, how far down does it retest before it continues to go up, okay? Let's have a look. Wait patiently. As I said, if we see a good risk reward, we'll execute. If not, then there's always tomorrow. We don't need to force trades. It's not the end of the world. There is always tomorrow. We just gotta preserve our capital and make sure you have more for the next day, right? There's always gonna be opportunities. But this is just ripping through. Wow. This retest would be very nice. I think if it does push through to this level here, I do anticipate if it pushes through this onto this, which is only another 4 points, we'll see a pullback. So we'll try and get in during that pullback now that the trend direction is confirmed. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you scroll back the video, maybe another 30 minutes or so, you'll see we're talking about how the old me would have executed this trade right here. It's not a good way to trade, because what you really want to see is consistency with your trades, meaning the results need to be consistent. The execution needs to be consistent. If you start executing trades before the confirmation, meaning before it actually breaks out and closes above it, then what happens is you'll be very inconsistent. Sometimes it's going to happen like this, what happened with us this day, where it breaks out and just no pause, it just continues to go up, right? Usually these trades work really well with sell trades, because typically when going up, it's usually a slow climb, whereas coming down, it's usually an elevator down, right? As you can see. So those trades are much more quicker. And this was actually one of the trades that we took yesterday, where literally it was a 4-minute or 2-minute trade, and it was total 100 lot. This was actually a one executed together, so 100 unit total that we sold. And literally, I closed within 2 minutes, and it was a 10-point move. If you see, I think this is the price right here and close. Okay. Yeah, we moved from 47.52 to 47.40 real quick. So just keep that in mind. Coming down, it's usually very fast. Going up, it's much slower. Okay, there we go. We just wanted to come back down a little bit, test the low. Just gonna get on 15 minutes here. Let's have a look. We're getting through it, going through it. So what I really want to do right now is probably placing a buy trade with the stop loss at 47.95.65. Okay. Haven't executed yet. Just give it a sec. I just wanted to push up. Push up as in like test the top one more time. And then we're going to have a very tight stop loss here. Typically with volume, we just expect continuation. That's what we're expecting. This is about 3 points stop loss. Just gonna make sure the feed on my MT4 matches. Okay, we'll just watch this. So trade 100, ready to buy by market. And we're testing the top now, buying. We're in this trade, guys. We bought it. And the stop loss is right here, 47.95.75. 47.95.75 is the stop loss, and let's modify it. 95.75. All right. Still in this buy trade. It's only about $300 at risk here. Oh, what happened here? Let me open this chart one more time. So once it breaks the top, I just expect it to continue going up. Okay, but we're gonna manage risk here. Let's keep an eye on this. Let's keep an eye. If market does come and test below, we'll still have another opportunity. Okay, this is a very tight, only a couple of hundred at risk. Oh, that actually took me out. It did. Oh, shit. So that was $100. It triggered the stop loss. So 47.95.75 is the stop loss. 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 47.95.75 for some reason. 95.75. I don't think it hit that level. Yeah, 95.75 is way below. But sometimes the feed can be different between brokerages. So yeah, it kicked us out. Let's wait. Let's wait for this candle to maybe retest and place the trade again. But it's going to be a buy trade. That's for sure confirmed. Well, you know what? Let's do it like this. That way it's going to be much more safe and will be recovered. Let's do a buy stop order. $47.99.26. I think it's coming up that level. I might even just execute it one more time. Let's see. I just wanted to break the top of the current bar, meaning it would just continue to go up. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, given that it's pulled back a little bit, let's do the buy stop order. So the high is 47.99.31, 47.99.31. So that's our buy stop price. I'm buying 100 units, and the stop loss is going to be the low here, which is 47.95.79%. We're just doing the low of the 15-minute candle here, and high is the buy order. And the take profit will decide once the order gets executed. Okay. There we go. The order is placed, not executed yet. Really, what we're trying to place is, we're basically saying if the price breaks the high of the current bar with stop losses below, we're going to be in this trade. Let's see, up to the 48.05, which is the recent highs. We're still at 1-to-1, which is lovely. I think that's great. Still didn't get executed here. Here's our buy stop. Feed's slightly different here on my current. It's actually 47.96. Alright, we did get executed, guys. We're in this trade now. So what we're basically doing is stop loss at the bottom of the 15-minute and just waiting. So I'm just going to move. I'm just adjusting my stop loss here. So we're going to keep it really tight. It's going to be about 3-point stop loss. I know some of you might say, because I usually trade heavy, so it's a bigger, much bigger lot. 93.41. Okay, let's modify this. 93.41. Trying to get 5 to 10 points, basically. Trying to get a continuation up to anywhere around here. Let's see. Okay, we're just going in green now. Come on, push up. I do expect this to be a strong level, so but it's okay. I think the volume that's coming in should push it up. 930 volume here. There we go. There we go. Come on. Try and make 1% a day. That's the whole deal with this challenge. So I'm hoping we'll be done by next week. That's the idea. Just up a little over, I don't know if you guys can see it, about $250. My goal is 500. I'm just going to move the stop loss a little bit closer here now. So we're not going to take any loss on this trade, so we're moving it to break even. Stop loss, okay? Stop loss, break even. Repeating. We're not going to take any loss. So if it pulls back, we're out. The targets for me is 1%. We're trying to hit the 1% mark, which should be before the 48.04, but let's see. It should test the top. It should test here, 48.04. Come on. Go on. We'll give it a couple of minutes here. So as I mentioned, I see some of you, like some people are just going on and off. So we're in the trade. We executed a buy trade. This is basically called the breakout entry. So we did a breakout entry using the buy stop order with stop losses just below the wick of the previous or the existing candle. Even impulse entry, you can call it. We're trying to hit the 1% mark on our FTMO challenge, okay? So right now I'm sitting at just a little under 1%. We can push a little bit tiny up. We can take some profits off the table. Go on, come on, come on. And again, regarding the FTMOs, we're doing a $50,000 account challenge. It's day one today. The first, let's just keep an eye on this for a second. I'll explain all that in this fact. So we're long S&P 500 right now, guys. There we go. Come on. Testing the high now. If it just pushes through it, I think it'll get us through 1%. There we go. There we go. I'm just coming up on 1%. So now I'm almost ready to close this trade. Looking for another $100 here, which should push us pretty close to the target. Again, because this is an impulsive trade, impulsive entry, that's why it's so fast paced. And because the market just opened, there's so much volume, so it's usually very fast paced. You got to make sure, if it's during intraday, if we're trading, I'll have more time to tell you guys, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what the plan is, because most of the chart would have formed, the direction would have it would already been decided which direction the market's moving or what it's doing. It's much easier to predict. And whereas in scalping, what we're doing here, which is quick, as I said, few minutes, under 20 minutes, your trade's executed and you're out of the trade. I don't like how long it's taking right now, so I'm just gonna take these profits. We'll give it one more second here and I'm gonna secure, we're just about 0.7, 0.8% in profit right now. And then we can reevaluate, you know. Just gonna see if it does that push, because we have 4 minutes before this candle closes on the 15-minute, which would be the 30-minute close in another 15. Okay, we're pushing up, come on. Okay, no wick at the bottom. We're taking profits now. Close. I hope I can show you. Hopefully it should come up right there on my FTMO as well. So we just did $410 on that, which is pretty close to 1%. What you don't want is being in green and then letting that or losing that money back to the market. Secure a profit, close the day green, and call it a day, to be honest. If you're anywhere close to 1% net profit, close it. I think that here it might just continue to go up. There it is. Come on. Because most of the breakout traders are probably sitting here. So this level is important. I'm telling you, if you're in this trade, just be very careful, because this is what happens when the volume comes. It's going to pull back real quick. And this 5-minute candle doesn't have a bottom wick. There it is. I hope you secured the profits there. Let's see if mine shows up on the FTMO. There we have it. $410. Total trade length 5 minutes. Doesn't get any better than that, guys. Most people don't make this much money and they're all day. 5 minutes. But yeah, this is coming up. What's coming up on the top, which is 4,800 to 4,805. This does happen. Market just opened and there's a lot of volume in the market. You don't want to leave anything on the table. Try and get out. Thank you. All right. I think we're going to end the stream in a minute here. I'll just wait for this 30-minute to close and then we'll call it a day. It was a nice winning day. And we'll just put up here how much did we end up scoring. So on the FTMO, yeah, we basically did net 310, which is not bad at all. We're at about 0.7, roughly 0.7% net gain today. So we'll just do plus 0.7%. As I mentioned, join us live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 to 9:30. Today was PMI day. PMI came flat. The US data. Let me just change it and show some of you what the readings were. So producer price index came in at 1.8%. Consensus was 1.9. So almost all the reading for PPI came in lower than expected, but it was a pretty flat line, meaning they were really close to the consensus, all three. Okay, what that ended up doing was push down the DXY, which is basically meaning saying US economy is becoming weak, and the dollar index just started to sell off. And what that does in turn is your SPX and gold started to push up. So I see gold is still pushing up, and SPX just getting that volume. I just don't like there's no pullback on here. This would have been a nice impulsive entry too, given how much volume followed at 9:30. Lovely. Okay guys, we'll be back here tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave us comments if you would like me to analyze anything, or if you have any questions. Take it easy.